Hello dears, another day, another video. I'm starting my video today by showing some shenanigans made by my son. This morning I changed his diaper and I'm saving this video for the future. All my videos here are for him so I can see him growing up in here, and when he's gonna grow up I'm gonna show him this video. I hope this video gonna stay on the internet forever for us to enjoy, for my family to see.
It's taking over the greenhouse. But it is also a win-win. You can have lots of nutritious positive vibes. Yes. Yes, it's got outside the greenhouse as well.
I was thinking of making a tres leches cake today. This usually require a white cake base. I don't have one and I don't feel like making it from the scratch. So I had this in my home for a while, a pound cake mix. I'll try to make it with this. I hope it comes out well. So to the mix you just have to add 2/3 cup of water, which I'm going to substitute with milk, and then half a stick of butter or 1/4 cup and 2 large eggs. You have to preheat the oven 350 degrees, which I've already done, and I'm going to mix in low speed for 30 seconds. Let's see how it goes. For that I'm going to use my paddle attachment. So I started by adding my pound cake mix, and while I was throwing the bag, the flour went on my hand and I didn't care or bother to clean it. And I'm cracking my 2 large eggs, the eggs from my chicken. And then I'm going to add the milk. And I'm using my paddle spatula. I'm going to mix that for 5 minutes in a medium speed. I mixed it for 5 minutes and that's ready. It's as simple as it is. Then I took my small baking pan and I buttered it and floured all over it so I can take out the cake easily. I should have baked it in a bigger pan because making this tres leches cake I needed to be spread evenly in a thin layer of cake. After I baked it, it was pretty thick. So I'm going to put all the batter in this pan, baking pan, and I'm going to level it up evenly. After putting it all over and trying to level it up as best as I can, I'm going to tap it few times to try to get out all the big bubbles of air so it doesn't break the cake while baking. I baked the cake approximately, I think, 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. And the cake was ready. It didn't look half bad. Doesn't look half bad. Came out dry. Tres leches in Spanish literally means 3 milk. So basically you're supposed to add different type of milk product and mix it together. So I added 1 full can of evaporated milk, and then I was supposed to add same amount of regular milk, but I did not have that much milk at home. So I added milk and heavy cream together. And then I was supposed to add the whole can of condensed milk, but the pound cake mix is already very sweet and I don't like too sweet products. So I added only half of the can of the evaporated milk. And after that, I will mix everything together in this bowl. If you like your dessert or cake to be sweet, you can add the whole jar of condensed milk. I just don't like it that sweet. So like I said, my baking pan was too small. So I grabbed a bigger baking pan and I cut the cake in 3 layers and I spread it all over. It looks kind of ugly, but it doesn't matter because you're gonna cover it with cream. You will see later. I'm adding all the milk all over my cake that I baked. Before that, I poked, you can see those holes on top of the cake with the chopstick, so the milk can go all over inside the cake and soak it very well. Then I'm going to cover it with a foil paper and leave it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 3 hours, but if you leave it overnight, is the best. I left it in the fridge for I think 6 hours. Now I'm going to mount the whipped cream. I'm going to put cold heavy whipping cream in my mixing bowl, and I'm going to use my I cannot remember the name of the attachment. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sugar to that. Like I said, I don't like my product to be too sweet, but you can add a 4 tablespoons if you like your whipped cream to be very quick. Whisk, that's the name of the attachment. I'm going to use my whisk attachment. And then I mounted the heavy cream. You have to start with low, so I started with the speed number 2, and then I went all the way up from there. So you start from 2 and you stay in each speed level for 30 to 40 seconds, and every 30 to 40 seconds you increase the speed. This is how you mount the perfect whipped cream. After about 2 to 3 minutes, my whipped cream was mounted and it has a very hard peak, that's what you need. You can have a soft peak, doesn't matter, but I like it to be a hard peak because it has a better consistency to spread. Like I said before, my cake might look ugly now, but once you put the whipped cream all over it, it doesn't matter how it looked because it's going to be covered. And once you spread all the whipped cream on top of the tres leches cake, it is ready. And my husband and I gobbled it up in 3 days. I went outside with my son and my dogs. I go outside every evening to water my plants. And my son keep me company. And today my chicken met my son for the first time. Usually they don't go out at this time. I thought my son will be scared, but he was not scared at all. My dogs are more scared of my chicken than my son, and he loved the company. And my chickens are very friendly. Every time I go out and they're out, they always come to greet me and just walk with me wherever I go. And it was very pleasant to see that my son is just like me. He loves animals, all type of animals, and he's not afraid of anything. Hold in. Tiki tiki. Tiki tiki. Is it tiki tiki? Yeah. For dinner, I'm just going to make a simple salad for myself. Like I said, when my husband is not home, I don't like to cook anything heavy. I just like to eat something simple because I'm alone with my son and I cannot leave him unattended for a very long time. So I just washed some carrot and some lettuce, and I'm using the salad spinner. No matter how much you drain the water, once you put it in the spinner, there's always water that comes out. I'm shredding my carrot. I like to shred it in very thinly sliced so they have the same consistency as the lettuce. I don't like big chunk of bite of carrots when I'm eating my salad. So I'll always do it julienne or shred it like this with the peeler. I took 2 carrots, and once they're shredded, I'm just going to hand tore my iceberg lettuce. I like iceberg lettuce better than the romaine. And I'm going to add a few tablespoons of canned corn to that. And as a protein to that, I'm going to add tuna. They're in spicy Thai chili tuna. This package of tunas are delicious, and they come in various flavor. This is my first time trying this flavor, and it was absolutely delightful. And to that, I'm going to add a burrata. I miss burrata so much from Italy, and I was very happy to find that in Walmart. So burrata basically means buttery. It's a mozzarella cheese, but it's filled with a very buttery and creamy piece of milk dud cheese type of thing. I don't know what exactly that is, but it's so creamy, and it's delicious with salad or just as it is. To the salad, I'm going to add balsamic vinegar cream. And that's it. My simple salad is ready. I'm just gonna show you what's inside this bowl. Just look at this. Just looking at it, my mouth is watering. I want to have a bite. It literally melts in your mouth. Here's my son trying to play with the dogs. I'm recording this voiceover. I can hear in the background some Elmo song. I think my husband is feeding my son. For my husband's lunch for the last day of work, I'm going to make some fried rice. I had in my freezer some pre-made burger patty meat that I had, so I was thinking to make him burger. But looking at my cabinet, I realized I do not have any burger buns. I didn't want that to waste. I didn't want to buy a whole pack of burger buns, which have like 8 burgers in it, and then not have any more burger meat. So I decided that with that burger meat, I'm just going to make fried rice for him. So I stir fried the eggs. Once the eggs were done, I'm going to stir fry the burger meat that I defrosted previously. The burger meat is already seasoned with every seasoning that you need for a burger. And once the meat is cooked, I'm going to set that aside. And all the juice and the oil from the burger meat is on the pan. And to that, I'm going to add some onion. A white onion is half an onion, diced. And I'm going to add a salt to that. And once the onion is fried and caramelized, I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients to that. To that, I added frozen peas, carrots, and green beans. And once those are stir fried, I'm going to add my rice. It's the best fried rice you can have if you do the rice from the previous day, so leftover rice. That's actually the rules. This is how you're supposed to make the authentic fried rice. You have to use the rice that you cooked the night before. And I added white wine vinegar. Then I added fish sauce, a splash of soy sauce. I'm going to mix everything together until everything is well combined. In all that process, you remember you have to keep your stove very high heat, because that's how you make the best fried rice, having the heat really high. Once every seasoning is well combined and rice is thoroughly mixed, to that I'm going to add my stir-fried eggs and beef. And I'm going to add very thinly sliced green onion from my garden. And I'm going to mix everything together. After you mix everything, because all the ingredients are previously cooked, it doesn't take very long to finish cooking it. I added some MSG. Remember, no MSG, no Chinese food. You have to have MSG. And after stir frying it just for 2-3 minutes, and it's ready. I'm packing it for my husband's lunch. Just looking at it from the phone, it looked delicious. And he told me he enjoyed it. Usually whenever he have lunch or whenever he has a meal, he send me a text. We always are on the phone, so every break he gets, he texts me and tells me how good his food was. So on the side of the fried rice, I'm going to make him some dumplings. These are the Bibigo mini wonton that I bought from Sam's Club. So I was trying to put them, you know, like this, position them one by one, but I thought they're too small. I cannot do that. So I just randomly placed them in the pan. I added some oil and very hot water. And once they're steamed up and they're almost ready, I added a mix of cornstarch and water, and I placed it on the bottom. And then I'm going to cook it in a very high heat until the bottom crisp up. And it was time for my son to get a bath, because at night I was giving him a bath. After that, he's gonna eat and go to bed for good. It's this time that I spend with my son giving him a bath are very precious, and when he grows up, I'm gonna miss it so much. When my husband is home, we do that together. It's very precious time that we don't wanna, you know, like get rid of or spend doing something else. We really appreciate it. Unfortunately, we cannot bathe our son every day. We bathe him every other day because his skin is very dry, and since he has eczema, we are not supposed to bathe him every day. We bathe him once every other day for 20 minutes. It's regulated and it's medicated. After that, he's ready. I lotioned him up. He's slathered with lotion and Aquaphor. Then I put in his hair. It's not oil. I put the cream that goes on all over his body. I put the cream also on his scalp, so his hair get like that. And he's ready for a nap. Actually, he's ready for bed. So I finished packing my husband's lunch, the fried rice and the wonton. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, please stay safe.